All right, okay, number 3, video number 3. We are now on page 19 of our training manual, and the top of it says, the first day of camp, which is always a big day. So let's go over some of the stuff that's important on the first day of camp. First of all, everybody, before you go to camp training, I highly recommend that you contact your possible co-counselor. I'm hoping. I have to send everybody the information on how to contact people, but I want you to come up with a name for your cabin, and the theme would be rocks, geology, anything that has to do with stones, things like that. So we'll let you be super creative and come up with your cabin name. And hopefully by the end of training we have all the cabin names already. Yay! Registration's going to happen the first day of camp. And what'll happen that day, it's a little crazy, of course. Our main meeting for our staff, everybody needs to be there by 1 o'clock. And we're going to meet in the creation station. At the same time, if you brought any kids with you, campers with you, and silts, if you brought any silts with you, they all need to go into the chapel at the main camp and stay there for the hour-long meeting that we're going to have. There will be adults in there, some camp board members who will be overseeing the kids while they're in there, and we need to go over last-minute information before our camp starts. So our meeting will be in the creation station from 1 until 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, you can head over to the chapel and register the kids that you brought. You can go to your cabin, decorate it, get it ready, whatever you need to do. And then regular registration is supposed to actually start at 3 o'clock. Now, usually a lot of families come early and they go to the cabins first and set up their kids and then head to registration. That's kind of what we recommend. So here's some important things to remember on that Sunday afternoon. If you are with the younger cabins, and even maybe with 7th through 9th grade if you choose to, we really want you to decorate your cabin, or at least bring the theme alive, especially the name of your cabin. So spend some time thinking about how to do that. And we'll also want the 2nd through 6th grade cabins to decorate their tables. So Sunday afternoon is a good time to go decorate your tables for camp. When parents come in the room, you have to pay attention to the parents. You have to make the parents feel that their kids are safe, that they'll be well taken care of, that you'll pay attention to them. You want to answer all of their questions, and you want to make sure it's a good time for the parents. You want to make the parents feel really comfortable about leaving their kids there for a whole week. If you've never had kids, you have no idea how it feels to leave your kid there for a week. But if you do have kids, you know. So you have to go out of your way to make those parents feel comfortable. You also want to make sure the campers feel comfortable. Some of the campers don't have any friends at camp, or they have very few friends, and they're scared to death. So it's super important that you create unity, that you create comfort, that you have a loving space as soon as the kids come in. Help them get their stuff ready and make them feel wonderful the first few minutes when they get there. I don't know if you're like me, but the first time I get somewhere, the first few moments are really, really hard. And so you want the kids to really feel excited about being at camp, because that'll make a big difference for the whole week for those campers. Make sure the campers have turned in their money. Make sure they've turned in their medications. Make sure that they've picked up their t-shirt. So just make sure about those things when they come to the cabin. You might want to plan a camp activity, so as soon as the campers get there, they're already involved in something. There might be a game or something that you want to play. I think it'd be really great is as soon as the campers get in there, maybe you have music playing, maybe you have a video showing, whatever you want to do. As soon as the campers come, there's no dead time. It's a great time for them as soon as they get into the cabin. Camp is awesome as soon as they get there. So make sure you've got that, okay? All right. all the campers are going to receive lanyards. They're going to have their name tags. You have to make sure that they feel comfortable with their tag and they don't get it wet and they don't lose it, because a lot of our campers lose it. Make sure they take care of those lanyards. They always have to have those. Now, Sunday afternoon, we're going to try to make things fun as soon as possible. Okay? And so what we want to do is, if you're 2nd through 6th grade, this is how the schedule is going to go. First, the 2nd through 4th graders are going to go on the field at 4 o'clock. And we're going to have water balloons, and we're going to have water guns, and we're going to have the shaving cream slip and slide for them to play. Then, at 4:45, the 2nd through 4th graders will head to the pool and take their swim tests that are required for kids who don't want to wear their life jackets in the pool. 5th and 6th graders will do the opposite. At 4 o'clock, they need to go to the pool and do their swim tests. And then at 4:45, they will come up to the field and they will have water balloon fights, and they will have water gun fights, and they will have the shaving cream slip and slide. So, we're going to switch. 2nd through 6th, we're going to switch those two things. 2nd through 12th grade is going to be different. You guys will all be at Fossil Creek. And the 7th through 9th grade group, their division, will have their own game planned, or their own activity, whatever you as counselors and your division leader plan. It'll start at 4:30, and you guys will do your own activities right there at Fossil Creek. 10th through 12th grade, same thing. Your division leader and you as counselors will plan something, and you will plan some activities for your cabins to get to know each other. That will start at 4:30 on Sunday. Medication. All staff have to turn in their medication. We cannot have you with medication in your cabin, because obviously we can't allow the kids to have access to any of your medication. So you will need to turn in all your medication to the camp nurse when you get to camp. As far as the bank is concerned, we're going to do things differently this year. Campers, as normal, are not allowed to have money at camp. We're going to have 2 places open for snacks and general store type of items to purchase. The snack bar at the gym is now dead. It's gone. No more snack bar at the gym. No, I can't believe it. No. After all these years, what's going to happen is the general store at the main camp is now going to be the snack bar. The general store next between the cafeteria and the chapel is now going to be the snack bar. And the quarry, which is on the 2nd floor at Fossil Creek, the quarry will be the snack bar in that area. So, we're going to have those 2 areas open for the snack bar, but we will not have the snack bar at the gym anymore. Oh my goodness, a change. I can't believe it. All right, let's go to page 20. I already mentioned the general store and quarry thing. Here we go. Let's move on. Cabin tables, as I mentioned, for 2nd through 6th grade, you guys will decorate your tables. And when the meal bell rings, everybody will line up outside of the cafeteria. You need to make sure all of your cabin is there. When your entire cabin is there, you will go inside to your tables and you will sit down. There should be plenty of room for campers in the cafeteria at the main camp this year. Okay? As far as cleanup is concerned, we need the 2nd through 6th graders to assign 2 people from each cabin at every meal to clean up the cabin. How many campers? How many campers? Okay, got it? 2 campers will take up all the cups, take up all the silverware, take up all the plates, and take them all to the kitchen for cleaning. And they'll dump out all the garbage, dump out all the liquids, etc. I only want 2 campers assigned each meal for cleanup. Let's please try to remember that. Now, 7th through 12th grade, it's a little bit different. You guys are being served meals family style, which means you aren't going to get plates or trays to pick up your food. The food is going to be served in big bowls, and everybody gets their food out of the bowls at your table. So we're going to have, every cabin is going to have a couple of tables assigned to them. You need to figure out a way to indicate what tables are yours, okay? And then the food's going to be served to you family style. So again, it's going to be in bowls on big trays brought to your table, and then you just eat from there like wild beasts. So that should be an interesting new way to do food at camp. We also will, of course, need the cabins to clean up. So there is a place to take all of these big bowls and trays. Again, I highly recommend you just choose 2 campers from each cabin to do the cleanup. There's no reason to have 100 people cleaning up all of the plates and the trays, etc. at Fossil Creek. So those are some items to think about as far as your meals. So thank you for watching video number 3, and we'll keep going after this.